Testing, testing, and it's staying. Hello,
Nice.
everyone. Yes, nice. Hello, everyone. Welcome to round something. I haven't been really keeping track of the rounds, but here we are. um, I'm joined today by No Mames, and we're gonna be watching over this match. Checked in with the players. It's Metalgarurumon versus Royal Knights.
Yeah, thanks to the introduction of good old BT14, Melga has a very important tool in this matchup, which is if
Jamming.
they run it, yes.
The Bukamon
Not an
egg is
impossible
so.
matchup,
Yeah.
not an impossible matchup, but if they do run it, will be an uphill battle for Royal Knights.
Well, let's be honest here. Royal Knights hasn't ran like an actual security bomb since its conception. Like, what's like the biggest deletion spell they have, really? Crimson Blaze? I think that's it, right?
Correct. They
So,
only play it to out the floodgates.
yeah, it's only to get rid of Psychmons and sometimes the Pillowmon, Pomumon. Like, that's about it. It's not meant to kill a stack because they could do Omnimon, they could do Gallantmon, but as we know, Melka could easily OTK you in the same time they raise up. So, and we know that Royal Knights is all about Digimon. So that security is mostly free to them. And also, you're right, with the introduction of BT14, they have access to the Bukamon egg, which in this matchup always gives them jamming, and probably their Guru X's inheritables probably would never trigger because jamming doesn't matter. Both players starting off really strong. Garurumon, the promo in the back with a cool boy, and we did a Dynasmon. I did not see what he grabbed because I was too busy talking too much. I'm not sure you remember what he grabbed. Mames, you there or taking care of something? Hello. Oh, I guess I'm by myself this time for maybe a little while. Not sure what's going on.
Little bit of a technical hiccup there.
Oh, okay. Well, nice to see you. Also we have some camera focusing issues. I know there's two cool boys over there. With a Guru X. Um, not sure if we do have a judge on standby. Maybe he might hear us saying like that the camera is not focusing correctly. Because it is getting a little bit pixelated, unfortunately.
Mhm. Oh,
Yep.
and there we go.
Yep. So our Melga player is trying to address a technical issue, so we will be right back. I guess we could just talk over this space a little bit. So, yeah, no, BT14 actually made a lot of like decks better because of the eggs that got introduced. Like a lot of random blue decks, like Melga example, got better because jamming. It also made Mirage better because jamming. Like, it's kind of funny that a lot of these decks just got better because, oh, now we have just jamming. It's like,
Yeah, because they're able to do what their decks want to do, which is repeatedly slam into security
mm-hmm.
without having to worry about DP.
Yeah. DP is very deadly for these decks because Melga with the Inheritables has jamming, but it's not really jamming. It's just battle protection. And you got to strip two sources of the same level to make sure the body doesn't die from a battle. As we see right here, you have the Guru X. This is the one that gives the battle protection. So it's not really jamming per se. And I see that he is actually running the Pseudomon, which makes sense because I think if I remember correctly, this deck does use some of the starter deck cards, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Yes, he uses specifically the starter Gabumon for
Mm-hmm.
the extra memory if you decide to push out a little early.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, it also means that your stacks are susceptible to being super um janky.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't really run a lot of what's it called of the extra names. So usually you run the old blue line,
Mm-hmm.
and that can leave you open to just not having any battle protection because you're not finding any of the same levels.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think he's staying strictly blue base. I don't. I. Do you think the Bukamon would have been better?
If you're sticking purely blue based, then yes, because it allows you to push up with a um less efficient stack and still get the job done.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're specifically running the Gabumon from starter deck, then you are forced to play Sunamon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, since you wouldn't be able to evo in the raising, if you didn't.
Yeah, I think this is a pure blue line. So I don't know why the pilot did not choose the run Bukamon, but it seems to not really quote unquote matter per se because I mean look at that two Tam is chipped off, um, and leaving. We're just gonna boost our way. He did reveal that he had Melga, but chose not to fully evo into it. So he probably just wanted to just maybe save it for a different line. Or see what the Royal Knights player is going to do because most likely that stack is going to get deleted because um, you shouldn't leave a Melga stack just out there because it's just going to OTK you. I mean, not OTK, but it's just going to clear the rest of your security, leave you around 0, and then you got to figure out how to like save yourself from there. Um, Royal Knights only has 2 knights under their belt right now. I can't really tell which ones they are, but they do need to get rid of the stack like ASAP. They do have purges.
No,
Hmm.
I don't think the stack is the biggest issue. It's actually going to be how much memory you give them.
That's also very true.
Because if they try to go into a Melga, uh,
Another technical hiccup.
I'm thinking,
Oh, you're
they're
thinking,
probably going to have
gotcha.
to use the memory boost to keep turn.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and if they go into Melga X, then that means they only have
We hit an X antibody. We're just gonna, I guess, clear out the stack. Oh, we're just going in security. I wonder why he didn't get rid of the body. That's interesting. Oh, I
there
see.
it
We're
is.
just gonna use Jasmine to clear it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So now we have
This way you leave
done.
them at one.
We leave him at 1. We done 2 damage, and pretty much have set. We're gonna get 2 knights under us because well, Melga doesn't have anything on board right now, so there's no interaction coming from their side. Um, so I think based on what the Royal Knights player does next, Melga might be able to get this. But I think if they slam Cranium on, I think Royal Knights will be able to get it the next turn.
We're seeing a very efficient line from the Melgan raising to
Mm-hmm.
level threes to level fours. Uh, do we evo into the five and just say this is my line for now, or do we set up for an evo on the next turn?
He definitely needs to set it for Evo because you do want to use your Cool Boys, and as we know, Cool Boy only works on the same level, which is the X forms. So that's something to keep in mind of as well. We are gonna pick up Werguru X, the really like
Uh,
powerful one.
so we saw the Metal Guru being passed up on, meaning he has it in hand. Uh, the only reason you would grab this X is specifically because you feel like you are able to kill on this following turn,
Yes.
and you already have the five.
Yeah, he also did pick up the X antibody option card, so that does make things a little bit easier on his side actually. We are gonna Omnimon very early, just summon the knights. But are any of them blockers?
No.
No. I wonder why this play then.
So we will gain back the memory and be able to put in a security with Kintara Swan
Mm-hmm.
because there was a combined total of five security.
Yes.
And this is important, right? Because if we saw the ice wall getting hit, so that means memory's not getting passed over.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and this is essentially for five swings.
Yes.
Unless the Melga player is specifically running some sort of removal and security, this should just be game.
Oh yes, Kentaro is 2 strikes. That is very true. So there's actually more than enough strikes on board. So that early Omni was really good with the Contosaurus Mon. Yep,
And
and
that's
that's
GG. Yep.
it. That was the Royal
Um,
Knights player did a really good job counting like his damage and knew that he could just push for it and go for it.
yeah. I think the fact that you can't really leave any stack in front because it's so easy for Royal Knights as a just proactive deck to get rid of it. Meaning, if you're not already getting a second line started in raising, um, you would be an entire turn behind trying to get that started while they just have free reign to do whatever they want.
Yeah, I remember in BT9 some Melga players actually teched in analog youth for that sort of reason because Um, deletion is 1/3 of the removal you will see in this game, and sometimes the analog you does like trigger to actually allow you to start over again. So if you do hit like a deletion spell in security, then you could just start over with analog youth and just build up from there and have a second line ready to go. But yeah, as we saw there, Melga could not finish the game on his first stack, and of course, Control Sourcemon actually allowed the Omnion player to do an early Omni to just go for game.
Yeah, and this was a just a very good play by the Ronex player, right? Because you would think you would want to see as many blockers as possible so that you can make them ease up on the aggression. But
Mm-hmm.
just getting aggressive on your own, just realizing yes, I can just push for game,
Yes.
just shows that um that situational awareness of okay, I need to game him this turn, or he's going to kill me on my next.
Yes, it was very smart that he realized that the Kentosaurus mon actually allowed him to keep turn because their security was actually meeting the requirements of the on play effect. So that was really good. So it actually made Omnimon cheaper than what he looked like actually on the front. And the fact that you catch that it was actually enough damage was like, oh, okay, yeah, then this makes sense. He just goes for game.
And then the fact that it looked you've seen the Guru player just search so much. You saw he never hit any removal. He never hit any just big turn enders. It's all gas. You're like, okay, I should be relatively safe to do this.
Yes. And that's actually a big thing about Melcodex is that I don't think many of them even run that much removal. Maybe you see Ice Wall, but that's about it actually, because there's not a lot of space in that deck for a removal spell past one copy of something. And most of the time, people use that copy for an extra search or something, like, say, now BT14 has introduced training boosts, for example.
Um, and then the main removal for Melga is their Melga X, which unsuspends and then bounces something back.
Hmm.
Don't you see a hard pass here?
I don't think he saw a rookie, which is not good for Melka. You really need a rookie early because you need to start just building that stack and pushing out.
More importantly, it gives you more draws, so you can potentially evolve into a rookie, find another searcher, and keep your momentum going from there. But just the lack of draws can be a very hard detriment in this deck,
Mm-hmm.
and we see this happening again. Just pass.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Melga, especially on game two. And Royal Knights is just gonna keep taking their time. They don't have any fear really. They're just gonna find whatever they need, and then we'll just do the Royal Knights thing.
Yep, picking up a
Chose
dinosaur seal.
not picking up Leopard. That's interesting.
I think he sees that he's able to take his time here.
Mm-hmm.
He knows that no matter what, um, even if they find their missing pieces, they have to spend a turn evolving and raising, so they have
Yeah.
no fear of getting aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this doesn't look good at all for Melga. This is actually one of the biggest actually problems for Melga. Actually, is actually not having a rookie, just not having it. Um, it's kind of sad. Like pass again. I don't know.
So
Did
I'm
he mulligan?
assuming,
Did he mulligan?
I believe so.
Oh, then, yeah.
I think his hand is simply clogged up level fours and fives.
That's
Um,
usually the problem. Yeah, that's usually what it is. This is
right,
unfortunate.
because you have to run 4 and
Oh,
4 of your
there it
regular
is.
Guru X, your
Mm-hmm.
Were Gurus, your Were
Mm-hmm.
Gurus X.
Man, I don't know, bro. This looks really wow. This actually is actually quick, very looking very quick because Melga can't not build a line, and yep, that's
Yeah,
it.
and there we go. There's the entire line.
Oh, there was an
Oh, and there's the
analog youth.
analog youth.
Oh, that's just so sad. That was so quick. Well, I guess we could take this time to just like reiterate that this is the problems with Melga X, and I know we have EX5 coming up soon. So just to like remind everyone that this is the problem with stack decks sometimes. Like you just sometimes don't have it, and then you just gotta like just live
Reasons
with
you
it.
can't get started. There's
Mhm.
multiple issues. Sometimes you don't have the protection you require. You lose the security.
Mhm.
Every deck is gonna have its weakness, and that's simply the ones for stack decks.
Yep. Sometimes we just don't have the rookie. All right. Well, that was a quick one, and we'll see you guys for the next one.
Bye bye.